Hey guys, what is up and welcome to a new League of Myths episode. This episode will be focusing slightly more on Mordekaiser's ultimate interaction, but if you do end up enjoying it, don't forget to hit the like button. But without further ado, let's go into the first myth. This one is asking, if Mordekaiser's ghost gets the Targon's effect, to whom does the gold actually go to? So for those that are unaware, Targon's does let you kill a minion for yourself and a friendly nearby ally. It also gives both of you some HP and you both get the gold credit for killing that minion. Now the first interesting interaction is the fact that Targon's can actually go towards the Mordekaiser ghost. But the main question is, when the ghost takes the Targon's effect, what happens to that source of gold? Well, in my opinion, there's three possible outcomes. The first one being nobody gets the gold, it goes to the ghost, but the ghost isn't really a player, so no one gets it. The second possible outcome is Mordekaiser gets double the gold, of course, once from his own kill on the minion, and the second part from the ghost getting the Targon's effect, which is now under his control. Or the final option is the enemy actually gets the Targon's bonus gold, since it's still technically going to the Urgot. And well, as you're about to see in this example right here, for every time I use Targon's on a minion, Mordekaiser gets the gold twice, as you see 221 golds popping up in front of him. A very interesting interaction. The second myth is going to be asking, can Tahm Kench's Devour ability be Q assessed? Another really cool myth where the answer isn't necessarily as obvious as you would expect it to be. So as myself, the Tahm Kench player, am putting the stacks onto Mordekaiser to of course consume him. I will zoom in and slow it down so you see as Mordekaiser uses Q assess, he does definitely come out of Tahm Kench, however he still takes the damage. So even though you can Q assess it, it doesn't seem very worth it. Though of course in certain scenarios reducing the CC portion of the Tahm Kench W ability can be very useful, but the damage is the main scary part. And just in case people are wondering, you cannot Q assess an allied Tahm Kench using Devour on you. But speaking of Tahm Kench, can a ghost Tahm Kench from Mordekaiser Ultimate apply his passive to a target and then an allied Tahm Kench uses that passive for his own abilities? So in this example, the Mordekaiser is going to be killing the enemy Tahm Kench, and then he'll use the Tahm Kench ghost to attack the enemy Mordekaiser. And the very first thing you want to notice is the fact that the ghost with the auto attacks is actually able to apply the passive stacks. But the cooler part is that myself being the Tahm Kench as well, who never directly interacted with this Mordekaiser, can still use my Devour and my Q to stun the Mordekaiser with the fully stacked passive that the ghost from the Mordekaiser Ultimate from the enemy Tahm Kench applied. But moving on with the myths, can Darius with Devour apply his passive faster, and will this also work with Mordekaiser Ghost and also Darius's passive interaction with Mordekaiser Ghost? So say the Devourer, a very popular jungle item, gives you the bonus effect of every second basic attack that you proc on a target will be a phantom attack that triggers on hit effects twice. And the cool thing is the fact that it does work with Darius's passive where he applies the bleed stacks to his target, applying them slightly faster, with the Devourer auto attack applying 2 stacks at one time. But will the Mordekaiser Ghost of the same Darius, who does have State of Devourer, apply his passive twice as fast effectively thanks to Devourer? And on top of this, will the Ghost Darius also trigger his passive where he gets bonus AD whenever he fully stacks his passive? So the first things first, the Devourer effect does not work with the Ghost Darius, nor any ghost for that matter. However, as the Ghost Darius does apply his 5 stacks to Riven, the passive buff does activate and he got bonus AD for the duration. And the final myth for this episode, can Mordekaiser's Dragon Ghost be eaten by Tahm Kench? A very simple myth to test, but it's still pretty cool. The first thing you'll notice is that the Mordekaiser Ghost Dragon acts as a champion since you have to apply your fully stacked passive on it before you can use Devour. Unlike monsters and minions, which technically a dragon is a monster, but once you stack your passive on the dragon, you can most definitely devour it. Alright guys, that is it for this episode of the League of Myths series. If you did enjoy this one, definitely hit that like button, share with your friends, and make sure to submit a myth down below and maybe you'll see your name in the next episode. But definitely check out my other videos as well, I'd really appreciate it. But as always, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you for the next one. Peace.